To go live, at least for as long as I'm in an area with decent cell coverage. So here's the situation today. Last night was hell in central Oklahoma. Despite it being only a 2% tornado risk area, they ended up getting hit by multiple significant tornadoes, and some of the same areas are under the gun today again. Except instead of a 2%, today the guidance has led SBC to issue a 10% tornado risk area. Now where I'm heading right now is actually not the 10% area, but it is in the tornado watch area, which is at this point more significant as far as guiding myself, at least at this initial junction, for where to go. It's my first time back in Oklahoma since May 25th, and May 25th was a really not fun day. I made all the wrong decisions that day, and both of the areas where tornadoes ended up happening that I thought might happen, but I didn't get to in time, both of them produced intense, long track, large tornadoes that both were deadly. So I definitely still have the bad taste in my mouth, the aftertaste of my last time in Oklahoma being such a really terrible event. Mind you, it took place at night. The last night's tornado event that went through central Oklahoma was maybe the worst as far as timing. It went through, the time changed last night with the standard, daylight standard, but ignoring that, like let's say we just kept on the daylight savings time like we were on any other weekend, you don't change the time. So with that in mind, the tornadoes were coming through at like 3 a.m. And of course, who's going to be awake aside from the most nerdiest of weather nerds? And even them, if you see a 2% tornado risk and SBC has no thoughts to say anything or believe that there's any greater risk, then, well, of course, even you might be ready to chill out and go to sleep and just have your phone ready in case anything does happen, but probably not expecting anything significant to happen. Well, unfortunately, last night had a terrible time. From midnight to 3 a.m., significant tornadoes passing through the area, and I've heard of at least one fatality, multiple regions of damage. I actually just passed, I got to Waurika, Oklahoma, and the gas station I went to had no power, so that's a little hair in the soup right now. I'm at half a tank of gas, and I wanted to get a full one, so I wouldn't have to be worried about anything else while I'm preoccupied with the weather in front of me. But unfortunately, the weather that came through before this weather has made that quite difficult. And I was going to post up in Waurika so that I could just watch the storms from the south roll through. But the storms to the north have better appearance on reflectivity. They appear just more classically tornadic. The ones to the south are much more linear, and accordingly, the kind of tornadoes that would be developed or produced by them, if they did, would be the QLCS spin-up tornadoes, maybe an embedded supercell, but I don't see any embedded supercellular structures. I've seen attempts, or maybe transient supercellular structures, but no persistent supercellular features on the southern linear complex. And what's interesting is there's a line break just north of Wichita Falls. The line that is pressing on through is it's broken there's a little bit of a gap between the storm, the complex, just north of Wichita Falls until you get to Granfield, Oklahoma. So that line break, of course, is supportive of development for tornadic features, especially on the tail end Charlie southernmost storm. Now, funny enough, the storm that was going through Wichita Falls actually just got marked tornado possible. But the thing is, it's still looking just really grungy linear mode. Doesn't look like it's worth going after right now. Whereas up in front of us, we're primed to intercept the tornadic supercell. Right now going through Lawton, there's actually a pair of tornado warnings. One that extends from Cache to just west of Sterling, and another one that starts a few miles west of Medicine Park and goes to Apache. So, interestingly, the storms over here to the left of me kind of look like they're getting that upscale growth that I was avoiding the storms to the south of me for. I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to do about the gas situation, because I don't really know how much time I'm gonna have just available sitting around to take care of fueling up with these fast moving storms. I also got to keep an eye out for prefrontal supercells, because I think that's where the biggest tornado threat is. And as such, you know, that's what Barnsdall was, prefrontal, an open warm sector initiated off of confluence bands in a really unstable environment, a heavily sheared, unstable environment. God, I don't know what is in my throat. It's like when it starts getting cold, I start having that weird hacking cough. I'm gonna pass this guy. Funny enough, I passed him already before I went live, and then I stopped in Waurika, and then he or she, whoever, went onwards. I just caught up with them. I don't know who they are. I don't know if they're a chaser or not. Today is a very complicated forecast, honestly. I haven't known what to make, heads or tails of it. This is one of those days where you have to rely on your chasing skills, your in-field chasing skills, more than your forecasting skills, unless you're like a literal perfect forecaster. You guys see those bolts? We're getting to Comanche, which was had a tornado pass through yesterday. I don't know how close it was to town. I'm trying to see if I can spot any damage. I think if it had went through the center of town, it probably would have been a big story, and I didn't hear anything about it, so I don't believe that they got impacted. Alright, let's see. Let's even get gas here. I just need to do it. I can't really put it off any longer. It needs to be taken care of. if the pumps are working, it should still have just enough time though to gas up and get moving on to the storms north of us. Alright, I'm gonna mute for now. Okay, I was talking to myself before I realized that I never unmuted. Just dumb, but at least I remembered, unlike that first time that I streamed this here in Kansas and never pushed unmute. I don't know why it was automatically set to mute though. It's seems kind of dumb to automatically set it to mute. I mean, if I'm starting a live stream, you know, second I push that button, it's like, hey everyone, how's it going? Blah, 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 blah. Anyways. Alright. Here we go. We're gonna head north. You're gonna see how this development continues to take form. I'm still watching out for prefrontals though. I don't want to get caught up on the frontal boundary storms if they're not going to be the big main show of the day. And it's something that I just thought about, that I just, remembered. Obviously, I'm aware of it at all times, but sometimes you kind of just subconsciously aware of it. Is the potential need for search and rescue today. Days like yesterday are ones where I wish I was there, not because I wanted to see the destruction, but because, well, clearly it was something that was not quite expected to be as bad as it was, so people were going to end up needing help. I know they did. And I know some people in the areas that were impacted, so that also adds to the intensity of the, how do I say, the feeling. It's like a feeling of feeling I should have been there, not missing out, but like more of an obligation, like failed obligation. I guess as a storm chaser, you kind of feel like, for what you do, for who you are, and where you are most of the time, you should be the one to be there to help people. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet today just busts? Just nothing happens. Looking at those tornado warnings, I wouldn't be surprised if they let them expire. It just doesn't look good to me anymore up north. Yeah, it's a weird development. It's a weird progression. I'm racking my brain trying to think, like, this way or that way. To me, it looks like these storms in western Oklahoma are soon to be undercut by the boundary, and their cold pools will consolidate. But if there's still enough instability, that won't happen yet. But I think there is about like 1,500 MLK, at least in the areas with greatest instability. Oh man, chasing is very rarely simple and easy. Very rarely just look and go. It's a lot more often look. Okay, start going. Wait. Overthink. Look again. Stop. Turn around for a mile. Oh wait, actually no. Turn back around. Look. Wait. Oh, it's just so freaking. There's a lot of second guessing that happens in chasing. A lot of second guessing. And, of course, speaking of second guessing, I'm right pretty much in between where that line break is. So I can either keep going north, or at my soonest convenience, turn right and head back north-south. Let's refresh these parameters. I think at some point soon, turning east is going to have to be the play. But with the with the composite parameters, there's no bullseyes right now. The area, the whole damn environment is so primed throughout that there's not really a good single area where it says, like, hey, go here, gummy. Today is the opposite of a go here dummy kind of day. Today is a, hey man, if you figure this out, you deserve a prize. Oh man, this is I really don't know. I really don't know. I think just for the sake of structure, seeing some good structure, I might turn right. Yeah, that's the word. I forgot the word for right. I might turn right at Duncan to head east. And if there's any prefrontals, then I would have to turn east soon. No, loco, not. Son of a, yeah. Oh, there's another route at least. I don't want to do that. That seems kind of stupid. Okay, how about Velma? Let's head to Velma. That's not a tollway. There's a lot of tollways in Oklahoma, like more tollways than I've seen in most places. I guess I haven't been to drive through most places though. Alright, last chance to go north. Stay going north. Go east. Well, oh my god, I hate this. I hate this difficulty in the decision. But no, I'm gonna go east because even if I end up having to go north, it's not like I can't cut back east. Especially if I can make it to I-35 out ahead of these storms, then I'll be in fine position. Really won't be a problem. Yeah, it looks really grungy and messy over here. Like, it just seems like the forcing is a little too strong. That even the intense 0 to 1 helicity is not enough to compensate. Not currently. When the low level jet increases with the diurnal cycle when it sunsets. At that point, should see enough storm relative helicity at that point to overcome any concerns about forcing, I think. But that also would depend on if the instability is sap. Look over to the left. That's the storm that's passing by Wichita Falls that I'm going to try to get back out closer to. Because that was the one that I was seeing more. I mean, in fact, that one has been developing for several hours at this point. What is it right now? It's about 3 o'clock? Yeah, that one was beginning around like 9 or 10 in the morning. Yeah, you see, that looks like a frontal boundary. seeing that Team Dominator went down to chase New Mexico, and the very same night, the tornadoes went through central Oklahoma and almost destroyed the Team Dominator headquarters. I mean, that's just how it works, isn't it? Like how I missed the Highlands Ranch, Colorado tornado last year because I left to go chase New Mexico. Maybe that's what it is. New Mexico just baits people. When it's good, it's good. But when it does that, it really hurts. I wish last night that I had kept the stream going for maybe 15 more minutes, because there was the closest lightning strike that I've ever experienced happened to me last night, about 10-15 minutes after I ended the stream. It was 50 yards away. It was immediate, at least perceptively to my brain, my little human mind, not fast enough to perceive super small time differences, but because of that, it seemed pretty much instantaneous. So it was so loud, and it was echoing for like 30 seconds throughout the environment. Loudest lightning strike, closest lightning strike ever. And that's surprising, because I've had a lightning strike happen. It took place where my hair stood up. So stepped leaders were literally reaching out from my head to the lightning, and I just happened to be lucky enough to not be the most favorable or probable pathway to the ground. Right here, over to the right, should be able to get a pretty good view of the southernmost storms. Kind of some trees. We're not in the jungle yet, but at some point we might end up there. There's a real chance we end up there. Now, this is interesting. I just got a convective discussion I just saw a convective discussion of northwest Oklahoma. They're still included in the tornado risk, so it's not like that can't be a real threat over there. So I'm gonna have to watch out for people that I know in that area. It's a pretty broad synoptic, relatively broad synoptic severe event. Enough extent north-south that it's impressive. Now there we go, there's our storms to the south. The tornado possible tag was taken off, of course. Surprised by that. Right when you decide to go after a storm that you had been previously kind of moving away from, that's when it decides to go crazy. I just can't tell right now. It's just such a difficult forecast. We're going due directly south right now, but pretty soon we'll curve back east, and at that point be a little bit more favorable to having options. This let's check these hailstones. Haven't seen any big hailstones reported yet. But we do have a significant severe hailstone possibility outlined today. A storm to the north is riding I-44. Makes me wonder if I should go back up that way just because I-44 is that, I mean, it's just that classic. Storms to the south are now moving into the tornado watch area. So it's not like they're simply necessarily going to stay in this messy mode. It is possible they could transition the mode or develop some persistent rotations in within, which is a scary possibility. That takes place, it's going to be all hell broken loose. Quiet because I'm thinking. I also think out loud sometimes, so I guess I'm just quiet because I sometimes go quiet. That was maybe one of the stupid things I've said in the last few minutes. Only the last few minutes, because I say stupid things with such frequency that to go back any further, you have a numerous selection. Convective discussion with the storms north moving towards OKC. A maturing line of storms may pose a heightened threat for severe winds and a few tornadoes over the next 1 to 2 hours as it approaches I-35. The discussion elaborates that as of 2050, the KFDR and KTLX radar imagery showed a maturing thunderstorm cluster has become better organized over the last 30 minutes as it has moved across southwestern Oklahoma. Emerging from an initial group of severe independent supercells, the storm has trended towards a Boeing line segment over time. This trend will likely continue as it tracks along and near the stalled frontal zone over central Oklahoma. Oh, get out of the way. Oh my god. Hold on. I just did something stupid. Radar velocity measurements have shown periodic strong outflow surges with embedded mesovortices, low-level streamwise vorticity, and strong 0 to 3 kilometer line normal shear. Evident on the TLX VAD photograph will continue to favor a balanced QLCS mode as convection approaches I-35 corridor in the next 60 to 90 minutes, given the strong shear, linear mode, and potential for mature mesovortices, damaging wind some in excess of 70 miles per hour. A few embedded tornadoes are likely in central Oklahoma in the next 1 to 2 hours. So with that in mind, it's hard not to want to cut back north again. See, with the most recent SPC, actually real quick, I'm going to set I-35 onto my map. I am now closer to KTLX radar. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, I'm seeing it now. In that case, I'm going to put Blanchard on my map. Yeah, I think that'll work. Alright, I'm going to be turning here. Let's hope this doesn't screw me out of something that happens by the Red River. I hope not. I hope not. I really hope not. Might just end up getting baited. And if that ends up being the case, that's really going to suck. But I do see those meso vortices. And after what happened yesterday, it's hard to ignore the potential of what could happen. I'm gonna give the southern mode one last look before I commit. Actually, oh man, I gotta turn back around there. Well, screw it. I'm gonna stop for a little bit just so I can. This way onto the right side of the road, not the wrong side of the road. That's funny. Oh, hey, look at this. Look at that structure. Still kind of disorganized, grungy, crappy look. Okay, let's see what it looks like to the south. Yeah, it doesn't look worth it to try to go after those ones. So I'm gonna pop north. I don't know how this is gonna work out. I don't get it. This stupid thing had me on a route right over that way, but maybe that's an unpaved road. So if that's unpaved, then I'm fine with going a couple miles back to have paved roads and to give you guys a view of the storms. Yeah, you can definitely tell that they are quite obviously linear in mode, but you can also, with a little bit of nuanced cloud features, you can definitely tell that there is rotation, that there is a supportive photograph. You know, which to the south, I gotta look at this. Oh, I don't want DFW radar. I didn't see if I was reconnected or not. I don't know if I am. Did I? Am I? Time to turn up the ISO. There we go. It's got a really interesting look on that. So if it went reconnected, I'm gonna keep talking as if I did, but I don't know if I did. The way the storms have been behaving the last couple of days, I'm scared to even roll my windows down because I'm like, if I'm gonna get struck by CG, just a random CG. I just lost radar. What direction? I'm going north. Wait, what the heck? Oh, I see. I have to go north, cut back left a little bit for like a mile or so. For a second, I was like, oh, I'm not even going to make it to Blanchard before the storms do. I'm screwed. I'm going to get a really good view of this lowering on the... Oh, wow. That's damage right there. I don't know if it was visible in frame, but that's tornado. I just ran across some tornado damage from yesterday. Let's hope I'm not going to run across a closed road, because who knows if any of them have even would even have been marked. In the chat, I'm good. I'm chasing, so that kind of is automatically makes it one of the better days that I can have. Yeah, it's an interesting look over there to the left. I don't know if it's rotating or not. It's kind of in a bad radar area where the coverage is just kind of, it's kind of crappy radar coverage over there. Intrigued by that. I am really intrigued by that. Get to the top of this hill, probably get a much better view of it than I've gotten for the last little while. To the regular camera. However, considering that that is moving north, I don't want to get preoccupied by it. I can cut back to it if I need to. Let's see. Is it a tornado possible? No, actually that warning is not tornado possible. They already issued the warning for the OKC, South OKC metro area. Tornado possible on the storm. Alright, I'm gonna have to blast that way. And directly ahead of me is another tornado possible warning. But the one moving along I-44 is definitely the most concerning look right now. And it's saying I can get there in about an hour, but I think the storm's moving too fast for that. Yeah, the meso vortices are really obvious, even just on reflectivity. Like, you don't even look at the velocity reads to see the meso vortices on the northern mode. You see some people in Chickasha right now. Looks like along I-40, I-44. Assume that this route I'm taking is going to take me through Dibble. Let's see. Similar time. 1 hour, 1 minute versus 1 hour, 1 minute. Huh. There's a hard decision to make on that. Do I try to get out east ahead of this? Or do I want to try to get right up to it now? See it? I think in this situation, getting east out ahead of it is just, it's warranted. Let's see, the storm motion says 38 knots. It's got a new tornado warning up north, including Union City, El Reno, and Yukon. Of course, it includes Reno. Reno's not going to miss out on the action for very long. Never misses out on the action for very long. These are so grungy, so preset loaded that from this distance, we're gonna have to get right up underneath these to see anything. Looks like it's now tracking towards Dibble. So let's see, how far away is Dibble? I'm just gonna put Dibble on the map so I don't have to keep looking at the distance of Blanchard, which just keeps on making me sad because it's too far away, and it's making me think that I'm totally screwed when if I look at the time to Dibble, actually it's not quite as bad. Oh, there's a tornado warning on it. Storm north of us has a tornado warning. But I can't just go shooting straight north because it's just tracking too fast. Please don't drop monsters. I really hope these don't drop monsters. And we're reconnected again. Alright, we have about 11 miles to decide if I want to cut north, keep going back north, up towards the tornado warnings, including the I-44 mesovortex and the El Reno one. Or to turn back south, since I'm here positioned to get back south and intercept these storms. I think, dude, we just got a new meso discussion. I think we just got a new meso discussion. Let me see. Maybe it's an old one. Let's see. We're reconnected again. semi coming through. I'm gonna roll the window up or else I'm gonna get washed. I don't want to stay here too long. I'm not sure if this is anything actually of interest. You definitely have some spin over there. Alright, anyways. I'm not sure if that is anything of interest. Might not be. Whoa, what is that? Oh, never mind, that's an illusion. Thought I saw something on radar, but it was just an illusion. Showed up on the live stream earlier, so I'm gonna show you guys again a little bit. I'm on wide. Yeah, no, I'm not on wide. We got on wide. There you go. That his tires just threw a rock at my window. I was like, oh, hail, and then I thought for a second, like, I'm not anywhere that we get hail right now. Yeah, it's falling apart over here. It's good for the metro, because they looked like they were about to get smacked. And that would have been extremely bad one day after having already gotten struck. Wapanaka? How do you say that? Actually, let's even get to Stonewall. Let's name that after Stonewall Jackson. Stonewall, Oklahoma. It's gonna take me an hour. Wow, lovely. I really should have stayed south, shouldn't I? That Red River is a real meaning. That Red River is just magic for storms somehow. Okay, it actually lost its tornado warning also. I gotta keep an eye back west of me, just in case this thing that I've been looking at is of any interest. Seems like one of the frontal boundaries is pressing onwards and forcing all these storms along the linear mode to consolidate. What a confusing chase day. And an aggravating one, especially because my live stream just did not want to work. Enjoy the sounds of the ASMR sounds of rain. I wonder if anybody's seen a tornado yet. Why didn't I go back towards the Red River sooner? Or why didn't I just stay there? I'm an idiot. I am a total idiot. Oh my god, the Ardmore storm is amazing. Holy crap, I am an idiot! Oh, I am so stupid, man. So last night, Comanche had an EF2, preliminary rating EF2. Valley Brook was an EF3 140. I was not too far off of that. And Hera had an EF3 145. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a further upgrade, but Norman is pretty on the ball with surveying, both being timely about it and with their accuracy. Apparently I just keep going on this road for 15 miles. Why didn't I stay south? Oh, I feel so dumb. It's the Red River. It's a magic storm bubbler. That's an interesting phrase, a magic storm bubbler. Okay. Alright, we're committing to this one, literally just because it's the only option. I'm intrigued and I'm nervous about... Oh, you stupid app. Okay, anyways. I'm intrigued and nervous about what happens when the low-level jet, the nocturnal low-level jet kicks in. We moved the clocks back, so right now would be actually 5 o'clock normally, and the jet kicks in right around twilight hours. Need a better live streaming setup. You know, I'm just doing it to do it because I can do it, but to actually do it right, I need more equipment than I have right now, which is a phone. That's my equipment, a phone. So technically enough to do it, yes, but not really enough to do it well. I mean, even with the lower resolution that look at that light track. Even with the lower resolution that I chose, it's still struggling to. It keeps on having those connection issues, obviously. This guy in front of me is kind of. He's kind of a sloth. He drives like he works at the DMV. Around the time when I'm thinking about prefrontal cells, if the confluence bands are strong enough to initiate any the confluence bands coming up from McKinney. I've been messing up, sort of messing up the last couple of chases. Not entirely. I've been doing just good enough to enjoy myself, but I've made some real dumb decision making. Still don't know why I got a tornado warning notification earlier. I was nowhere near the tornado warning box. Away from this, well, if we can get out a little bit further away from this, from the rain and the precip, down to the southeast should be starting to come into view for the storm. There we go. That's good. Today really has not made much sense as to what the heck to do. Let's see what Sasquatch is showing as far as the meso analysis. And it just scratched. That's nice. So it's really cool. Honestly, actually, the nocturnal lower level jet should be beginning to slowly increase. This pseudo triple point along the Red River, that's where we need to be. That's definitely where we need to be. Are we in the enhanced risk yet? No, actually I'm still not in the enhanced risk. Not yet. Come on, oh, come on. Where's I-35? That's yeah, not until I get the county over. I don't know what county it is, but I have to get to the next county over before I'm in the enhanced risk. Or when I get to I-35, go south a couple miles and I get the enhanced risk, but obviously that'd be stupid. The enhanced risk is just a sign of where it's expected to be most likely. It's not the place that you go to blindly. May finally start to get stuff coming into view within the next 10 minutes. Open road. Damn, KTLX is still pretty much the closest radar for the area that I'm shooting off to. Oh man, if we get a long tracker on this one, it's gonna be one scary ass tornado. If we get a long tracker. Where's sulfur? I've actually never driven further east than I-35, really. Yeah, we're in some real heavy precip now. Officially in the flash flood warning, but there's a nearby flash flood warning, and where we're at is clearly shows that there's a lot of rainfall, plenty of rainfall. I just saw in the chat from Sean that Tropical Storm 18 formed and there's soon to be Rafael. That's, I'm gonna have to look more into that, depending on where it's located. With concern for people that I know on the East Coast, if it's gonna be in that vicinity. If it's gonna make landfall. This year has been a very unrelenting year as far as dangerous weather events go. How much you want to bet this falls apart when I get to it? Sturdy rainfall. There's confluence bands still coming from McKinney. Guess I just keep on going through. Yeah, going on to I-35 right now to go south would be really dumb. backside of the north end of the storm. Knowing Oklahoma and how it's been in 2024, I can't give up on this chase until like 5 a.m. That's how Oklahoma has been, and I'm not exaggerating when I say 5 a.m. I really do mean it. It has had chases where the bulk of the severe storms take place 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. A truly brutal way that these storms have performed in a predictable and consistent manner. That's happened 3 days this year, where an intense long track tornado has formed after 9 p.m. It happened on April 27th, where multiple long trackers, including an EF4, took place. I don't know, I think it's 10 p.m. maybe. And then May 6th, Barnsdall. That one started at like 9:15 p.m. And then May 25th, you have that moderate risk that spawned Valley View tornado down in Texas, but also the Claremore EF3, and that supercell was an unbelievable long tracker, because it tracked from northwest Oklahoma into north central Arkansas, consistently producing tornadoes throughout its life. That bolt, that was a nice one right there. Yet again, I'm quiet because I'm thinking. I'm really lost at this point. It looks like a whole bunch of crap vection is taking place along the bow. Of course, crap vection is nothing interesting, just a good way to risk getting washed away. But I also don't know. I mean, it's now progressing into the enhanced risk air mass region. And accordingly, that would mean that the progression is not complete, nor has it even intensified quite yet. And after freaking May 25th, I'm not calling a chase in Oklahoma until I see the sun rise the next day. real fast, just boom and zoom. But then you come across small towns that have the country highway goes right through the main street. It is the country highway is the main street, so you have to slow down to a snail's pace. I'm gonna check my messages real quick. Might lose connection. Great. There we go. Oh. I just realized I haven't spoken for like 2 minutes. They issued another tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning. If we can speed up, please. I just ask of you. I ask of you, Road Network, to please let me speed up. But yeah, if we can speed up, get out ahead of it, you can see something interesting. Yeah, that passing through the town kind of really hurt us there. That was pretty bad actually. We had gotten clear, almost clear. Whoa, look at that. Car just, I think that was already marked with tape. There's a Stratford, Oklahoma, just like a Stratford, Texas. Alright, do we have any more stops? Please tell me we don't have any more stops. If I have to slow down again, I'm going to have a real hard time getting back up with the storm, honestly. Should they be an actual bus? Like this time around, I'm just gonna go hard. I'm not gonna give up until the very end, and the storms are just kind of gonna be pathetic, outflow dominant, flash flutters. I really hope not. I also really want to see some structure, and right where I'm at right now is definitely not structure day. Yeah, I gotta get moving. I really gotta get moving. I hope I don't go through any more towns. Scraps in to learn with this right now. really. It's just that sometimes you don't get it right. And sometimes you just make a couple wrong moves that slow you down or screw you over just enough that you don't make it on time to the big event. I also really, really want to get out there before sunset is... Before sunset. Look at that one. Oh, I felt that within 2 seconds. Sunset is at 5:32 apparently. I can feel those booming strikes. Anyways, what I was trying to say before I got cut off by a lack of cell coverage is that yeah, thanks to cell coverage, I don't remember what I was saying because it cut me off and I stopped talking and I don't know what I was talking about. All I know is it had to do with the enhanced wrist. got another passing zone, but there's people in it. That's perfect timing. Oh man, that is just terrible. That is just the worst. Oh, and somebody else had to come up right at the end too, just to make it certain. Like, hey, no passing, no passing. Okay, let's see if we can do this. At least that town wasn't a total slowdown with like 5 red lights. Oh, it's not over yet. Hold on, maybe there's a light. Is there a light? Let's see if there's a light. In here. We don't have gates here, do we? Oh, don't turn out in front of me now. This might just be a big waste of gas money. Are we finally in the enhanced risk yet? Oh my god. What a frustrating chase. There we go. We're in the enhanced risk now. We're now in the enhanced risk area. Finally. I don't know why every now and then I keep on sounding like Donald Trump. We are now in the enhanced risk area. It's a 10% risk. It's not that big, but it's not that small either. It's right. It's a really nice spot. Something like that. Great, we have to drive along construction. Why do I do this? Why do I do this? I'm questioning myself on why do I do this. Really, really questioning that right now. Why do I do this? I bet they're gonna take off the torque possible tag pretty soon. This thing just looks like crap, honestly. It looks like crap. It looks like convective diarrhea. That's a phrase that nobody's ever said. I think. If nobody's ever said that, they're as messed up and weird in the head as I am. Got a single lane light control construction zone. I think I just thought about food for the first time in like 10 hours. I hope we finally get to see this storm over here. Like, regardless of if I get to see the real action zone where it's spinning, I just hope to see, at least see the storm. Looks like we got it right here. This is the northern extent of the storm. That's pretty cool. I suppose. Okay, we're through this, I think. Oh, hold on, not yet. How do construction always figure out how to be like as inconvenient and efficient as possible? Even when they try to make it work, like, well, it's still just like, oh. What is this stupid storm doing? Oh man. No, seriously, what the heck is this thing doing now? Consolidate, organize, you dumb storm. Goofy, scatterbrain storm. Today's just going to end up proving to be a huge waste of gas money, isn't it? Is the nocturnal jet going to kick in yet? Going to do anything? No, not that. Okay, never mind. Yes, that. Okay, sure. Nope, not that. Also, this thing was issued for like 1 hour, and we only have 14 minutes left of the warning being valid. Well, the rest of this live show is just going to be me complaining, honestly. Yeah, I mean, we're going 50 miles per hour, which usually would be good, but this storm is so highly sheared. Let's see, what did the warning say? Oh, of course, it's not going to load because this chase has to be more frustrating in more ways, continually throwing more things at me. network around here is just not supportive enough for me to get up ahead of this thing, given the speed that it's moving at. Like, I am full throttle just going at this thing. Though we're now in the enhanced risk air mass. We're at the time period where the enhanced risk is most pertinent. So I'm not like gonna just say, oh, this storm's done, but oh man, does it feel like this is a waste of time. In fact, the tornado watch is only valid for another 3 hours, and usually when you start approaching the latter couple hours of a tornado watch, you're just not usually going to see much in that time frame. It's more of a precautionary thing. Every now and then you will see an event where the tornado watch is actually too short, but for a single round event, the tornado watch usually extends a couple hours. It's usually framed for a couple hours longer than what the risk is expected to be. It just accounts for variations in timing. We might intercept the couplet directly. We're 20 minutes away from Stonewall. This thing is moving northeast at 37 knots, and itself is, as the crow flies, or as the storm moves, about 15 miles away. 15 miles, 37 knots, call it 40 miles per hour. 15 over 40 is the same as 3 over 8. And an eighth of an hour, or sorry, an eighth of an hour is about 7.7, we'll say 7.5 minutes. So 20 minutes. So it's going to get there at the exact same time as me. That is, and you can tell the frustration in my voice when I say this, unless the couplet falls apart. Yeah, that's, man. We're still closest to we're still closest to OKC radar. Let's see what DFW radar shows. There's still that McKinney, the confluence band that was originating over McKinney, still merging up with this big complex. Let's see what this radar shows. If it loads. Load? Oh my god, did it? Looks like it actually loaded. Okay, that couplet from KFWS radar, that's Dallas Fort Worth. The couplet looks better on Dallas. Oh, it just got a tornado warning. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Finally, We might actually get on one. We're 17 minutes away from Stonewall. Couplet's already getting pretty close to it. Let's just go to Stonewall. Alright, we got a new convective discussion also. Valid for 2 hours and 19 minutes. Issued at 4:52 Central. Literally 3 minutes ago, it just issued. The watch threat continues. Oh, crap. Oh, God. I just missed the road, I think. I don't know, did I? No, I did. I don't think I did. Did I? I hope I didn't miss the road. That was a freaking mistake right there. That was a mistake right there. I gotta make sure this live stream is going. We got 2 tornado warnings now. Oh man, this is about to be April 27th, isn't it? Let's check this convective discussion. The threat of damaging gusts and a couple tornadoes persists across the watch area with perhaps a greater risk across the Red River Valley. A large mass of rain and thunderstorms currently extends from south central Oklahoma into, what the heck is that? Northeast and primarily north of the outflow boundary stationary front. While favorable shear exists north of the boundary, cooler temperatures are mitigating the overall threat at this time. Farther south into Texas, a very moist air mass is in place with Pequot ranging from 1.5 to 2.0 into northeast Texas. Given continued southerly low-level flow, the warm air advection regime will persist across the stationary front, which eventually may return north later this evening. At this time, storms have shown a disorganized structure in terms of severe threat. However, the most favorable zone in a relative sense is across the Red River Valley and surrounding counties. I gotta get past this guy. As the ongoing activity translates east, storm cores along the theta E gradient may pose a risk of damaging winds to flowing structures. Additional single cells cannot be rolled out, forming ahead of the main band of storms as the air mass is uncapped. A brief tornado threat could occur with any activity interacting with this boundary if the front begins moving north. Then storms may acquire rotation along it over a longer period of time. Alright, we're 2.8 miles away from the turn. That thing's looking a lot healthier now. The couplet, at least. Actually, no, on reflexivity, it's starting to tighten up too. Wow, right when I start trashing it, it's like, oh really? Oh really? Let's put bromide on the map now. I don't even know if I'm recording anymore. It doesn't even seem like anything is getting through. If I don't see this broadcasting, if this doesn't, on my end, I'm not seeing anything on the live stream. I'm seeing I'm just seeing a freaking blank screen. Damn, alright, well, I don't want to end up without footage, and as far as I can tell, my live stream is cooked right now, so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit out the live stream. I'm going to stop it for now. I'll see if I'll come back to it, but I need to be able to get video so I can tweet out or send pictures to NWS. And every time I do that with the phone anyways, it always screws with the connection.